What is up, traders? Happy Friday. Stan Gluzman here, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. Let's take a look at SPY. So we've been gearing up for a couple days now, and we have this level of resistance here, and then we had some higher lows. So we were watching this level right here for the break, and 280 or so, and we broke out just at the close today. So continuing the uptrend, all-time high yet again. Surprises, surprises. Let's take a look at the stuff we traded today. We mostly traded some, well, I personally traded low floaters in the morning, and then during the day it was a little bit quiet, going over some of these earnings plays and stuff like that, but didn't really find too much. Anyway, I had some Mara from yesterday. I wanted to actually emphasize this trade right here. We can put it actually at 5-minute chart. So Mara yesterday gapped up and sold off, went sideways below VWAP, and then randomly it just rallied, right? It popped, consolidated above VWAP. So this is what I call a stuff, right, on pretty decent volume. So it stopped out a lot of shorts and trapped a lot of longs up here at this level, and then dropped back down like nothing ever happened and went sideways. Same volume as before, same price action as before, but now we know that it can't hold above VWAP. Now we know that a lot of people are trapped in here, right, into this stuff. So great risk reward. I got short yesterday in here, added once it retested this level, and then covered a little bit at the close, and then held it overnight, and then covered today. Actually re-added what I took off at the close today. I re-added in the morning, and then big crack, and I covered into the big wash. So this is my A+ setup. Very easy trade, very safe trade, good risk reward, and it'll play out in your favor more than 50% of the time. Well, at least it does in my case. The next trade was Ford. Unfortunately, I didn't trade this one too well. I did in the morning, but I gave back everything and then some, unfortunately. This name was really difficult, really difficult to read, really difficult to trade. It would reverse every time you think that a trend has formed. It would reverse. So very emotional chart. Out of the gate, I was actually shorting in the lower high. I was shorting this candle, and then I was adding here, and then I was covering some, and then I was adding more, and I got stopped out, and was down on the name. Actually, I added quite a bit in here, and then was down a bit on the name, but I made everything back. I started shorting once we entered the backside over here. Started shorting. And I was covering into the wash and re-adding and covering into the wash, and here we're consolidating below VWAP. Here I really sized in, and of course that's when the stock reversed, so took a loss on that. And then I started buying, I believe here. I'm like, okay, so this is now an uptrend. I'm gonna buy. I see some bids, and then the bids just cancel, and it gets whacked under the VWAP. Take another loss. Got short in here. Started adding below VWAP, and what do we know? It tries to go lower, gets stuffed into the VWAP again. So I got out, I think, in here for a flat trade. This whole move gave everything back because I added in here. So yeah, left it alone, and then of course afterwards it sets up nicely, VWAP projection, and it cracks amazingly. I mean, doesn't get better than this. I mean, this drop is what, 30 cents, and then this drop is another 20 cents, so 50-cent drop. Only if this had happened, here, I would have probably been covering into these big washes. Anyway, gave back a lot on this one. I'm gonna watch this on Monday. Hopefully it's not as wiki and it's not as emotional, and I'm definitely gonna size down. Maybe I had a little too much size on the stock. The next stock was YTEN. This is actually my best performer. Looks like crap, but in the morning had a great setup. So yesterday into the close it started rallying. Today it gaps up. It was actually one of the highest volume pre-market low floaters, so I paid attention to this one at the open, and it did very similar to what Ford did. It started rallying and putting on lower high, putting on a base. So I started shorting in here, adding in here, covering into the wash only half, re-adding on the pop, covering into the wash, re-adding on the pop, rinse and repeat, covering into the wash, and then here covered everything on this pop. Instead of re-adding, I covered it because it didn't really go any lower, and I tried to make a higher break out of the previous high. Right, so cover everything. So this was a really clean drop, and the volume was there, the liquidity was there, so had some decent size on that. The next one was CNET. So this one, same exact idea. Gaps up, gets sold off. A couple people bought it here, trapped. I mean, it did the same thing yesterday where consolidated and then opened up and collapsed. So same exact setup, opens up. I had some pre-market short, and then I added into this VWAP projection and then covered most of it in this drop below $4, and then the rest I covered up on the second dip. I believe it either here or here. Left it alone. Another really nice one. And then the last one, I traded a little bit of Ford. There was some algorithms, some algos buying the stock into the close, so buying it up in here and then selling into the push, and then buying it up again and selling everything at 12 on the offer. So this was a really nice one as well at the close. I made back a little bit of what I lost in FORD. Anyway, these are my takeaways. Bit of a quieter day for us here. Not too much action, although the earnings season started, but bit of a quieter day. So these are my takeaways. If you have any questions, feel free to tweet at me at Jocana Trader. I usually answer everybody. So these are my takeaways. Share the video, like and subscribe for more great content, and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.